Hey everyone, welcome back. The Senate just took a huge step forward on one of the most controversial bills in years, Trump's so-called Big, Beautiful Bill. Sounds catchy, right? But inside, it's 940 pages of major changes that could impact your wallet, your health, and your future. This bill affects everything: taxes, healthcare, retirement, immigration, defense, and even student loans. It barely passed the first hurdle, 51 to 49. And if it moves forward, the ripple effects could hit every corner of the country. And here's what most people haven't seen yet. The Congressional Budget Office says this bill could add $3.3 trillion to the national debt over the next decade. That's not small change. Plus, nearly 12 million Americans could lose their health insurance, mostly because of deep Medicaid cuts. Now, before we go further, I want to hear from you. If you had to choose, would you prefer lower taxes or better healthcare access? Drop your answer in the comments. And if this kind of breakdown helps you, hit that subscribe button now. Let's start with taxes, because that's the headline. Trump's bill would make his 2017 tax cuts permanent. And here's the twist: tips and overtime pay would be totally tax-free. No federal taxes at all. That's a big win for hourly workers and seniors back in the workforce. But it comes at a cost. To pay for these cuts, the bill slashes Medicaid by $930 billion over 10 years. And this isn't just for low-income families. Medicaid also supports seniors, people with disabilities, and rural hospitals. Instead of guaranteed funding, states will get cap block grants. When the money runs out, too bad. If costs go up, states are on their own. And to make it harder, the bill also limits how much states can raise from healthcare providers. That's a double hit. Plus, adults under 65 will have to prove they work at least 80 hours a month to qualify for Medicaid, unless they're disabled or caring for a child under 14. That's not a suggestion, it becomes federal law. To ease the blow, the Senate added more money for rural hospitals, $25 billion instead of $15 billion, but critics say it's not nearly enough to cover what's being cut. Even some Republicans aren't sold. Senator Josh Hawley warned you can't claim to support working Americans while stripping their healthcare. Meanwhile, seniors get a little something. There's a $6,000 bonus tax deduction for those 65 and older, but only through 2028. The catch: it phases out quickly if you earn more than $75,000 single or $150,000 jointly. So it's mostly for fixed-income seniors, not retirees with big savings. And here's a hidden change: the bill blocks a Biden-era rule that would have required more nursing home staff, a rule set to cost $23 billion. Without it, expect more staff shortages and potential closures in lower-income areas. On to defense and immigration, $350 billion total. That includes $27 billion for mass deportations and $45 billion for new detention centers. That's a massive shift in priorities, especially compared to what's being cut from healthcare. The vote barely happened. Some senators only agreed after last-minute changes. Deals were made. The full 900-plus pages were even read aloud to delay the process, 15 hours straight. Welcome to Congress. And now, we're in what's called voterama. It's a chaotic, open-ended stretch where senators can propose unlimited amendments. Some are serious, others just political traps. Either way, it's high stakes. Let's talk education. If you're thinking grad school, get ready. The bill caps federal borrowing for grad students, pushing many toward private loans with higher rates. The idea: cheaper schools. The reality: fewer chances for low-income students to enter high-paying careers. One odd piece: a $1,000 Trump baby account for kids born between 2025 and 2029. It's meant to help build long-term wealth, but critics say it's strange to give money at birth while cutting support later in life. And then there's a quiet but major change to how courts work. Under a new rule, if someone breaks a court order, like a restraining order, it can't be enforced unless a financial bond was posted at the beginning of the case. And it applies retroactively. That could leave vulnerable people unprotected. Some provisions didn't make it through. Alaska and Hawaii carve-outs were removed, along with some drug pricing rules. And major policies, like blocking Planned Parenthood funding, are still being reviewed. So what's next? Even if this passes the Senate, it heads back to the House. And many members there aren't happy, especially over Medicaid and food aid cuts. Elon Musk even called the bill utterly insane and warned it could backfire on Republicans. Bottom line, this bill isn't just numbers on a page. It's about who gets help and who gets left behind. It's about whether we're prioritizing short-term tax breaks over long-term care. And it could change the balance between freedom and support in this country. So now it's your turn. Does this bill go too far, or is it the reset we need? Let me know in the comments. I read everyone. Don't forget to like, share this with a friend, and subscribe for more no-fluff breakdowns. I'll see you in the next one.